I can hear it.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Too Many Words podcast.
Yes, welcome back.
Fleur Cinema, take 2. All right, this
Isn't
is the
this
one you
take
guys have been
3?
No, it's take 2. Don't worry.
I thought you guys tried it twice and it failed.
No. We only mess up on things over once.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Take 2. And we are so happy that they welcomed us back with open arms.
Yes.
They love us. It's amazing.
But yeah,
we
just in
love them.
case this is your first episode, I am Isaac William Joseph, the sole host of this podcast. Yeah, these are just my friends.
And I am Jordan Van Cleve, the sole host of this podcast.
And we have...
Hi, I'm just a random dude from the Fleur Cinema that got invited in to sit in on this.
Yeah, he's a guest. Introduce yourself, guest.
My name is Simon.
Cowell?
Yes.
All right. Wow, we got
why
a
did
famous
I
guy
think
here.
that too?
It's because we have like minds. We just hate each other.
Yeah, that's fine. It's
I
fine.
love you. I love you.
But yes, we are at the Fleur Cinema and Cafe. It's called Fleur Cinema and Cafe
Fleur.
because it is on Fleur Drive of Des Moines. Specifically, like, close to the downtown Des Moines area. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yes, we have been here before. Last time we came here to watch the movie Past Lives, but also to dive into the artistry that is the independent theater scene. But I've learned a couple things in this second visit, and we will share that quite soon. But yes, first and foremost, we have announcements. Jordan, tell them how cool we are now.
We, I guess, hit something. Someone shared us on a blog, is what my research has concluded. But we have our first episode that is currently sitting at
First long form video.
3,500 views.
Yeah, someone somewhere took our video and made it go boom a little bit. So, yeah, it's not setting us up for life, but it's really awesome to have a surprise like that throughout the week. Just your normal week, you go check out how your YouTube video's doing, and we were blasting our brains at like 100 views. Mm-hmm. It's like, why does this random episode have 100 views?
We are
and then it
also.
turned into 200, and then
it
400, and then 800, and then 1,000, and then it boom. Next thing you know, it's over 3, and it's.
We're also sitting at an official number of 124 subscribers currently.
Yes, we have had actually 55 new subscribers in the last 28 days is what I looked at when I last looked at YouTube. Really cool stuff, but not just love for YouTube. For some reason, someone found us on Spotify. 100 of them, specifically. We went from, this is the oddest thing, by the way, too, because we went from 69 followers on Spotify to 169 followers on Spotify, almost overnight, really, because I went to sleep with 69 followers, woke up with 169. It was crazy. And so, yeah, we're getting equal love on the listening platforms and the watching platforms. And, yeah, it's really awesome to actually get things like that to make us feel like a legitimate podcast. I know we're still saying that at episode 75.
This one's officially
No,
75.
Actually, no. 76. 75
No, yeah, it will
is
be
the
76,
MCU movie
yep.
bracket. If you haven't checked that out from last week, go check it again. Baby girl, we pick and decide through Sime as the tiebreaker the best MCU movie.
Oh, you're finally releasing that one?
Yes.
Also,
crap.
the episode was not the only thing that blew up on YouTube. We have the short that has Sime.
Saying
with,
2020 was a good year.
Yeah,
for
that
some
short
reason.
specifically is now sitting at 5,500 views.
Yeah, guys. Consistency is really blessing us right now.
Yeah, it really is. Honestly,
yes, it is.
we're doing good.
But yes, another awesome thing from last time we went to Fleur Cinema and Cafe. We tried these oat milk chais, and they were just absolutely the bomb. And well, Syme gets to try it for the first time. We get to try it for the very second time. And it was, just in case, to catch you guys up, the reason why we're doing this again, well, we're probably going to do this again, regardless. This is probably going to be a really awesome regular thing that we're going to make out of the podcast.
Yeah.
But with that said...
Well, yeah, if you want to do movie reviews, can we come here all the time?
Oh, yeah, this is probably going to be... Unless there's something specific that we want to see that's not being shown here.
Yeah.
Because they don't really show, like...
They don't show everything. You notice how Aquaman's not being here? Not being shown here, you know?
I don't even think that's in theaters anymore.
I don't know. Aquaman 2? In theaters?
That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. I was talking about, like, the first one. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding, actually. But yeah, with that said...
That was like 2 months ago, friend.
Because we failed to bring the audio file of the first attempt, we are gladly, with redemption, bringing back the second one.
That was fun.
Yeah, that's called ambiance. Remember
Yes,
that?
sir.
Yeah, that
Yes,
was
sir.
ambiance.
That's a coffee machine.
I think
Yes.
that was the milk frother.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But
No,
yeah.
it's good. No, like that was a good thing.
Yeet.
I'd almost encourage her to do more of that.
It's thicker than what I remember. But yeah, this is not part of the Get Your Lips Wet segment. We are actually trying another drink so we can have it for the first time. So stay tuned for us trying what their special is today.
This is really good, by the way.
The hot cinnamon bun latte.
I think
These boys got it cold, I got it warm because I want a freaking warm cinnamon bun in my face. You know what I'm saying?
I think it was thinner last time because it sat there a lot longer.
That's fine. Still really good.
It's like
Still
drinking
awesome.
a oatmeal raisin cookie.
Is it good? What would you rate this out of 10?
This is going to be another 10 out of 10 for me.
I don't remember
Awesome.
what we gave it last time, but dog, it's so
I think
good.
I gave it at least a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, amazing.
That's really good.
With that said,
It's all gone now, though.
guys, what did we learn this week?
Isaac, do you want to go first?
Well, considering it's been a hot minute since our last actual regular episode recording, I have learned exponentially a lot of things. Kind of like how Fleur Cinema and Cafe isn't exactly super independent, but they do have a partnership. Not partnership, but they are in relation with the Palms over in Waukee, which is really cool because I have discovered that the Palms is my go-to theater ever since AMC in Johnston went down. The Palms is amazing. Almost an equal amount of
They have a
theater and cinema appreciation as it is over here. This one is a little bit more of the arts, though. The Palms is just like a really cool place to be. This is cinema appreciation, like all over the place. Fleur Cinema and Cafe is awesome. But yes, they are both under Fridley Theaters, is what I've learned just moments before this podcast starting. But I've learned quite a few other things that I will not say in public, so I'll say other things.
Wait a second.
I'm sharing 2 other things because that's just how much I've learned in the last couple weeks.
But that you will not share in public?
I'll share it the next time we record.
Okay. I'm confused.
Don't worry, don't be confused. With that said, I've learned that there's meat. There's avocado meat in the nut of the avocado. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I watched this random video of some dude making a freaking sandwich on YouTube. And he was making guacamole. And he's like, not a lot of people do this, but you can also cut the pit in half to get a little bit more avocado out. Apparently, the stuff that's directly under the skin, there's more of that stuff in the pit of the avocado. Did you know this?
Did you fact check this, Isaac?
Yes, I Googled it.
It's not exactly the same, but like
Well, I can't imagine it's exactly the same.
The pit of the avocado is the next avocado. You're supposed to plant that, and that's where you get avocados from.
But it grows into a tree.
Yeah.
That's just wild to me. So it's like a little Russian doll.
It's
Of
not
fruit.
entirely like that.
It's
a lot
crazy.
harder of a texture, and
I don't know. I still think it's sick. I'm going to try it the next time I have an avocado. And then the last thing, Sime, get your ears ready. You're not in trouble. I just really want you to hear this. Jordan and I, we watched a video recently about the top 100 worst gimmicks in the WWF/WWE. I don't know why this was not number one, but it's my number one. There was a guy who wrestled in the early 90s. Hugh G. Rection. His wrestling name was Hugh G. Rection.
Why?
See, if we
Was
were
he a
better...
13-year-old teenager?
I don't know.
worse, he was a 30-year-old man.
Yeah, whose previous gimmick didn't work for some reason. But for some reason, they also thought this next gimmick was a better idea.
What was the previous gimmick?
It was just a dude named Hugh. I don't really know too much. The early 90s of the WWE should not be really spoken of very much unless you're talking about Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Razor Ramon, Diesel, or Doink the Clown. Other than that, we should keep it on the DL, you know what I'm saying? So, what did you guys learn this week?
I learned that there was a wrestler named after the function of a penis.
All right, what else did you learn this week?
I also learned that doctor's appointments can go a little longer than expected.
You just keep stealing other people's.
And what?
That's really what you were going to say, Jordan?
I was going to say
That's
something.
like a rite of passage.
I was going to be like, well, don't plan too many things in one day. That's what I learned.
Okay, but that is not what I said.
Well, it is in relation of a doctor's appointment that I took someone to taking longer than I wanted it to.
And I also learned that Jordan can get very easily offended, apparently.
You learned that this week?
Yep.
You learned that this week.
Yep. Because the bar keeps going lower and lower, my friend.
Crazy.
It's just like,
Pretty soon I'm going to sneeze too loud and you're going to get mad.
it's just, I get made fun of, like, all the time. And then when I get upset about it, it's like no one cares.
Oh, we care. We care about you. Like, if one day you just got pissed off and decided to not be our friend anymore, we'd be upset for about 3 hours.
There, Jordan. I love you.
Thanks, Obama.
What is so bum?
But with that said, so these are the things that you guys have learned this week. Any more in-depth stuff?
I had.
I also
something-
learned that chickens are very, very weather resistant.
I thought you fixed your phone.
No. I haven't taken it in yet.
Nice.
I did learn something. I just don't remember what it was.
Oh, that
There-
means you didn't
I
learn
think
it.
I may have wrote it down though. Hang
Nice. Nice. We like writing down things.
on. Hang on.
Hanging on. Sam, say something funny.
Bananas are just boneless meat.
Really?
Okay.
Boneless meat.
So I didn't write it down, but I learned that there is a location called the Little Pigs Barbecue that I was told has some of the best barbecue in the world.
After going through my Rolodex of notes, it turns out I did not, in fact, write this down.
Unbeknownst to me,
It's in South
it was
Carolina.
not in my...
That's
Nope.
fun. That's fun.
It's in South Carolina?
Yeah.
Nice. Which city?
I don't know. I'll tell you later.
Awesome. What's the next segment?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Get your lips wet.
Get them lips wet, baby
Oh, is it?
girl.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what we have here is the cinnamon bun latte. We have 6 straws, fellas.
You're gonna have blending flavor, Sim.
But with that said, I got the hot one. If one of my brothers want to share, I would love to try both. But I picked the hot one because I want the sensation of a hot cinnamon bun. And so, guys, what's it smell like?
Cinnamon.
Nice. Smells like coffee. I gotta wake up in the morning. This is insane. All right. All right.
Coffee indeed.
Yeah, it tastes like a regular thing of coffee, to be honest.
Oh, for
I
me,
wish-
it tastes like cinnamon.
I wish it was throwing more cinnamon bun at me, you know? Maybe I gotta shake it.
I was hoping for more maple.
This
Yeah.
is me trying the colder.
Still pretty
I mean,
good though.
it's really good. It's just I'm not getting a lot of cinnamon bun in it. I mean, regardless, this was not gonna beat the chai anyways, because that's based.
What do you think, Jordan?
Yeah,
This is good.
is good.
7 out of 10.
We agree, is good. I'll give this a 7.5.
I'm gonna go a little above Isaac and give it a 7.75.
All right, cool. So, at a average of 7.45, I think. We have the Fleur Cinema and Cafe cinnamon bun latte.
Yes, sir. It's good.
Wonderful content. With that said, that was the quickest get your lips wet segment of all time.
Well,
Not
we
really
didn't have
much
to
talk about,
open
honestly.
anything.
That's true. We didn't have to go get it.
We didn't have to open anything. Didn't have to pour nothing.
Yeah, we couldn't read the calories on the side of it or something like that. It's good to have good tasting drinks on the podcast for a
Yeah.
change.
Wow.
Dude, this
The last few have kind of sucked.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's good. It's good. I have this theory, this growing theory that just all the sodas just went bad in your cooler.
I was thinking about that too.
We're about 2 episodes away from getting a new set. So, how about all 3 of us buy 3 to 4 different drinks for the podcast, and that should set us up for a while.
Okay.
That way, nobody has to take.
You
the
want me
full
to bring you my
financial hit.
mini fridge?
I mean, we have a mini fridge there at the studio.
Yeah, but that's only big enough for what we're drinking next.
I guess, yeah. And also, you're not supposed to leave it on, so.
Really?
It's that Xbox mini fridge. You're supposed to turn it off, You can only turn it on, once a day.
Oh, I was talking about a legitimate
Yeah, I know.
mini fridge.
Not the one covered in mold, right?
No, I've got 2 of them at home.
I know.
Nice. Okay. So, do we want to go into side quests, friends?
What was the last episode we actually, recorded for recording reasons?
I don't know. I think we record
The
all
one-
of our episodes for recording reasons.
No, you know what I mean, shitbag.
You mean
You mean the one that we record where
You
I
mean,
recorded from my house because it snowed outside?
main universe timeline?
What?
You mean main universe timeline?
Or do you mean
Sure.
special occasion timeline? Or bonus feature timeline?
Or backlog timeline?
Or backlog timeline?
Or crap on Jordan because he's late timeline?
That's a whole new timeline.
It just branched.
Pretty soon there will be another one.
Why'd you look at me like that? What the
Because I
heck?
was going to burp in your direction.
I feel so fat.
What are you
Yes,
looking
I am
for?
so fat.
What?
What are you looking for?
So Was it busting down doors in 2024?
Yeah, busting down doors in 2024,
That was the last episode we recorded to be
where
a
I
numeric
shattered the
episode.
glass,
Yeah, like an idiot.
and he was on the phone.
Yeah. Your phone fell on my phone.
That's what your phone gets.
What is this for? What's your curiosities?
I'm trying to think about what I've said. Side quests.
Are you trying to update from your last side quests?
I'm just trying to remember what I've done since then. What are you talking about?
I know.
Can't remember what you did 2 weeks ago.
I guess I know what Jordan's been up to more than me. How was your
It
stupid
wasn't
ass
2 weeks
holiday
ago, It
party?
was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
So-
both holiday parties.
Yeah,
I
the
heard
first
that. I heard that somebody had fixed the outcome because of how they, won everything.
Huh?
Because of a PS5 and
Oh,
a
okay.
$1,500 vacation.
So let's go over the first the first one.
Jordan didn't say that anybody
So-
fixed anything. It just sounds like something got fixed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I went to the Grimes Hy-Vee holiday party, and it was a good time, I guess. Saw some of my former coworkers, and
Saw some drunk run away with some crap.
yeah, and I won a prize because I was like I was at work there for 8 months. I felt I deserved a prize.
Jordan, give me their names right now.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, Jordan.
I'm not gonna do that. Sorry.
I can say something about them because I don't work for them. I don't work with
I
them.
don't work with them anymore either, but I'm still not gonna do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What department do they work in?
Hy-Vee.
Everyone who works at Hy-Vee, you suck because of this. Jordan, tell them your story.
They don't even just suck because of this. They suck because they stole from our friend.
So I won a prize.
That's what we're saying.
And some other people that were intoxicated there didn't feel that I was deserving of said prize. So they one person took it, and then another person took it and ran off with it and gave it to someone else, and that someone else then refused to give it back to me, even though I showed them proof that it was my prize with the ticket. And yeah.
Yeah.
Should have just done the responsible thing, kicked him in the nuts and said my present, and then ran off.
It's kind of
So,
hard to kick someone in the nuts. when
Jordan
they don't
won't
have
let
any.
me know who these people are, but the person who stole it and the person who kept it, I don't care if you're an avid listener of this podcast. I do not like you, and you do not need to listen to this podcast no more.
Have you ever invited these people to D&D?
No,
Don't lie to me, boy.
no.
Cool, so that means I already have never previously liked them.
Yeah.
Sweet, I've got nothing to lose.
That means that we
You
can run through the entirety
suck.
of Grimes Hy-Vee, just start kicking people.
You need to stay sober. Okay, you're
No,
in
'cause
public.
other
You're at
people-
a party in front of your coworkers.
No, I mean a big part of
What
the
is wrong
big
with you?
point of this party is to drink. We
I do not
we
give
have
a damn.
private bars for us.
If you
and
do not know
everything.
how to act right, do not drink. Be a freaking adult.
Don't steal
Isaac's getting a
people's
lot more
stuff.
passionate about it than I am.
I am, because you're my best friend. That was fucking unacceptable.
It's I don't know. I think it made up for it with my new prize. So
Ooh, what's your new prize? I didn't think you won anything.
no, I did. Surprisingly, actually, because the difference, I guess, one of the big differences between Grimes and Urbandale was Grimes. Everyone gets a prize.
I do remember from that one time I went to the Urbandale holiday party. Not everybody got a prize.
At the
I got a
Urbandale
prize
one?
that I could not use.
At the Urbandale one, not
did
everyone
you
got a
get?
prize.
When I was 18, 19, I forget. I got... So at the time I was driving a truck from 2001.
Yeah.
And it was rusty and not great. And it was just
Yeah.
something that I did not really cherish. It was just something that I was driving. For my prize, I got a whole cleaning and waxing car kit. Yeah. I never used it. Don't even know what happened to it. But yeah,
You can
that's what I
still
got.
clean and wax your car even if it's a rusty
Sitting in
piece
the
of
garage
shit.
at your fucking mom's house.
Probably. But yeah. So yeah, what did you say you won?
So I went to the Urbano one, and it was a lot better. Seems like a lot more people there actually, care about me.
I care about you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just evident.
So I won a Ninja coffee maker that has a milk frother on it, and it takes both K-Pods, and you can make a cup, like a pot of coffee.
That is tenfold a better price.
Yeah, I think it's like twice the price too. So
That
I
is
don't know what type
amazing.
of shot glasses were these.
they were Scotch glasses. They were Libby. That's I think I sent it to you.
It's something that he can go buy himself.
It was like $50 or $60 for the set of Scotch glasses.
It's something that the person who stole
You do know
could go
that
buy
that-
for themselves.
You do know that you could file a police report because that's theft fifth, right?
I don't care enough, honestly.
Yeah,
That is a
cared in the
$60
moment.
item that they stole from you. That is theft fifth.
hey, I'll tell you what, Simon.
They should go to jail for that.
Simon,
That is $1,000 bond, by the way. That is a serious misdemeanor.
It's not that one, is it?
so honestly, I wouldn't even entertain that. But if I did,
that one?
I wouldn't do that to get my freaking whiskey glasses back. I would just do that to interrupt all social status in the Hy-Vee.
Well, it's not just that. You could also sue them.
Yeah,
You can claim, like, mental distress
yeah,
and theft.
yep. And also, Hy-Vee can't sue us for saying any of this because all of it was true.
Well, they can't sue us anyway
Why?
because this is the First Amendment. This is freedom of speech.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it is.
There's nothing they can do about this, Isaac.
But people can get sued for making up stuff publicly.
Well, yeah, if it was false.
I might have to
It's
look at this-
slander,
look and see
but
which
we're
one it
not
actually
slandering anybody.
True.
Because it's either like $200 or $120 or on sale for $99.
See,
Yeah, it doesn't
I-
matter. You
I-
got it and you kept it.
I can
Yes.
I can literally say that Hy-Vee is a shit company because I used to
Whoa.
work for Hy-Vee.
From your personal perspective.
Yep, from my
Yes.
personal experience,
Did
not
you drink all of your hot
perspective.
one?
Yes, I did.
Damn, I kind of wanted to try it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. It's good. It's good. It's fine.
Honestly, it tasted the exact same, but
Did it
warm.
really?
Yeah.
That's honestly kind of disappointing.
It's all right. I had my expectations were up here.
Yeah.
That should have been like right here, but it's fine. We still love our oat milk chai lattes
I wonder if
or whatever.
that really made the
I
difference.
like both of
Yeah.
them.
Maybe.
I mean, the oat milk chai just makes everything.
I
else
Did
think
we
just-
even rate
I think
them?
oat milk and coffee. Yeah, we did. Oat milk and coffee is just way better, honestly. I
Yes.
like anything.
Yes.
How you
that
doing,
said-
Time?
Doing great.
Simon, you got
tired over
any?
there.
Simon, you got any side quests, baby girl?
Yeah, I needed to go home, take a nap, and then work on shit down the basement.
Oh, another thing that I learned this week. It's connected to a side
Uh-huh.
quest of mine. Apparently, you're supposed to like use a loofah with your bar soap.
Yeah.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
I've been using raw bar the entire time I've ever owned bar soap.
Yeah.
But yet you've also owned a loofah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't own a loofah.
Well,
But
the
I have
time-
a bar soap.
when I lived
bar
in
soap.
Grimes, I just had bar soap. I did not have any loofahs of any kind. I just
Well, you
bar
had the
soap.
blue and gold, one that's still there, isn't it?
No,
That's not yours.
that melted away, baby girl. Unless someone also has a coincidental blue and gold bar right there.
No,
right
I'm
now.
talking about the loofah.
Oh no, I've never owned a loofah at your place.
I could have swore you got one at what's it called?
I've been wiping body wash on my body barehanded for a while.
It was the place
now,
you bought the
unless I'm
Dub
at my
Smoke
mother's.
bar of soap.
Yeah, I
Remember
only
that?
bought the bar of soap.
I could have swore you got a loofah with
I
it.
remember when I bought the Dub Smoke bar of soap. That was at a
Was that?
was at a Cracker Barrel.
Okay, Cracker Barrel.
And that was expensive soap. I would not buy anything else with it. But yeah,
it was
it was
good
amazing.
soap
We have 23 minutes until this place is closing.
though. I think they're
On the
just
website, it says 10:30.
Okay, I couldn't find it on the website.
But with that said, something. Yeah, that's another thing that I learned. But so apparently, if you were like me and did not know that you use a loofah with bar soap as well, you tend to know that it gets a little awkward. Okay, so we're adults.
Yeah.
We can be mature adults talking about adult topics.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's scrubbing his balls.
You're about to say
No.
that you shove the bar of soap in your ass crank.
No,
aren't
no, no,
you?
no. It gets a little awkward when it comes to cleaning between your butt cheeks with bar soap. Because
See-
there's this awkward moment where you're basically just shoving a lump against your purple starfish.
See,
Right? And that's always
that's
really
that's
awkward.
not that's not what
you're-
I did.
You're doing it wrong.
Oh, don't worry. Nothing. I gotta.
Okay.
So, the bar kind of just gets the soap there, and then I have to do like other avenues to actually make it sure it's clean between those
You
cheeks.
do know that you can just take the bar and just rub it a bunch in your hand to get soap on your hand,
lather up your hand.
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
wash
Shove it
your
up your
butt
butt.
crank.
So instead, this is what I've done. I've just used more liquid body wash instead of the bar soap exclusively for my butt. So, the recent
Now
situation.
he's shoving the loofah up his butt.
Well, that's normal. Come on.
That's not.
None of those things are normal.
I think loofah's usually meant for like
I mean,
scrubbing.
the bar of soap is
The
usually a
loofah
normal
cleans
thing
itself as you
with
use it.
cheese.
Thank you very much.
That's not true.
What?
It's not true at all.
No.
Like there's actually been some tests, some
So you're
some
saying that
experiments
we
done.
as humans will never truly be clean by that
so
same method.
in
Hey,
recent
I'm not even done telling my
in
story.
recent
douche.
years, like people were complaining about loofahs and how actually terribly unsanitary they are.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to use a
Exactly.
washcloth. You degenerates.
Well, with that said,
We'll use liquid soap.
in short, the recent story of how my showers have been going is that I've been using my bar soap for most of my body and my mother's body wash for my rear.
What do you end up smelling like then?
And so my body smells like
Sex.
bourbon and my ass smells like cherries.
So red stag.
Yeah, exactly, like
And
Red
so-
Stag.
And so, yeah.
Good job.
Good job, Isaac.
You
Proud of
smell
you.
like Jim Beam.
So, yeah. Do we want to get right into the meat and potatoes? This is the first
Yep.
movie review since probably Barbenheimer.
Simon, did you have a side quest?
No.
No.
Other than I'm working on Jesus' Basement again, but
He's been staying at our house.
How's that coming?
it's going good.
Beautiful. Love to see it, man.
You got one more day off after this, right?
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
tomorrow.
Love it.
Not to mention I'm doing some work tonight. I'm going to be finishing painting tonight so that I can do
Nice.
framing tomorrow morning.
So, guys, we are at a movie theater. We're not at a movie theater for no reason. We actually, of course,
Take one. We reviewed the theater less or more so than the movie. But
yeah,
we went over that in the redux, the redo of
Dude,
it.
this theater's
yeah, we
sick.
did. But
I love the art on the wall.
going back to our movie review format, theater experience is still something that we can thoroughly explain even
Absolutely.
further from today's
Absolutely.
experience. So,
Absolutely.
fellas,
Oh.
Yeah.
Jordan, what movie did we watch?
We went and saw a film called American Fiction. Now you can't see it, but it's right there.
It is a comedy/drama. It says it's a 2023 movie, so it's not a 2024 movie. I thought
Yeah.
this was newer.
No, it's a 2023. I actually wanted to see it with you here. Before,
Didn't it come out the end of December?
middle December? Yeah.
So, this movie was directed by Cord Jefferson, and the lead was Jeffrey Wright as Thelonious Monk. Oh, shoot. It just doesn't. Thelonious Monk Ellison. This movie is great.
Love you,
Who
Jeffrey
was
Wright.
it written by? Because as a
A writer.
writer, I would always
Rewrite.
appreciate.
Dude, this movie was phenomenal.
One second, I'm working on finding the writer.
I even got my favorite quote. And it was at the very beginning of the movie. Like, I kept waiting
Who
for a better
wrote
quote.
American.
So something that I will note is I did come in late to this movie. I missed probably the first hour of it. I'm okay with that. I'll rewatch it later. I promise. So I am going to only be grading this on a scale of 50 instead of 100.
So 5 stars. Written by Percival Everett. Continue.
Okay, Percival Everett. Nice to see your movie.
Why does that sound familiar?
That's the same thought I had, to be honest.
What else has he written?
Oh, I just backed out of it. We can look up a.
Okay.
But
Let me read the short description that Google has for this movie to get you up to speed. For those who have not watched this movie, you can listen to this and let it entice you and go see it. Or, after I read this, beware of any and all spoilers to come. Monk, our main character, is a frustrated novelist who's fed up with the establishment that profits from black entertainment that relies on tired and offensive tropes. To prove his point, he uses a pen name to write an outlandish black book of his own, a book that propels him to the heart of hypocrisy and the madness he claims to disdain.
so Percival Everett has only one other writing credit. It's from a TV movie from 1990.
Which
Really?
movie?
Follow Your Heart.
Writers come in all different shapes and sizes, you know what I'm saying? Like, he probably wrote a book or something in between those two movies.
I don't know.
But that also goes to show who knows how long he had been working on this movie, because it is masterfully written. The screenwrite is masterfully written.
It's 100% one of my favorite movies.
Really?
This was a really good movie.
See, this is what I really, really, really love about Fleur Cinema and Cafe. I'm gonna start practicing just saying Fleur Cinema.
Fleur Cinema.
Fleur Cinema.
Cinema.
Fleur Cinema.
Flem Cinema.
What I love about Fleur
Flanenema.
Cinema is that they don't just show every movie. They
Fleur
show
Enema.
movies
Enema.
Flamingo.
that honor
Cinema.
the industry.
Yes, sir.
Movies that are cinematically impressive. Storytelling is impressive. Okay, they're not just gonna throw anything up here. But the craziest part is, it's almost never movies that are like at the front of the box
I guess I
office
never realized
or
that
the
last time I was
mainstream
here.
talk. What are we talking about?
So the ceiling, if you look on the ceiling, the white tiles, those are soundproofing tiles.
Cool. I like it. They must have some stuff running up there.
Didn't mean to interrupt you, but
Oh, you're cool. You're just thinking out loud,
yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't
Love
do
you.
that. Unless you're
Love you.
reading.
Stop that, you sweaty ass.
It's not even sweaty. Does my hand feel sweaty to you?
Okay, so with that said, guys, how
No,
was
it
our
didn't.
Okay.
how was our theater experience?
This is a much smaller theater.
Yeah.
The chairs are the style that kind of like Perry's theater. I'm not sure if you've ever been to Perry's theater.
I have several times. I could talk about that
It's-
so much.
It's not a bad theater, but it's like the old school theater chairs. It's not like the new age leather fancy cushion seats.
The Perry Theater is also a really nice destination theater. I love to go in there. I love going there a lot, actually.
Destination theater is a perfect word. We should call this series Destination Theaters,
We can do that.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
because it has been a plan. Maybe we can make Fleur Cinema our most regular one, but making
We can
a
always go
trip
to
out of
different,
going to
theaters.
theaters that aren't just AMC or aren't just Cinemark, but go to theaters that are just unique, independent, movie appreciation. Because the thing about
when it gets to summertime, we can go to a drive-in movie theater if you
Yeah.
want.
the thing about I love
Yes.
AMC. Used to have a membership with them until their closest theater was 2 hours away now. I love Cinemark. Cinemark just they do it a little bit more than AMC, but when it comes to like those really big chain theaters, it's almost like the appreciation or the artistry or the passion of movies goes a little bit down visually. Like, dog, we have like camera lenses over by the popcorn condiments as decoration. We have about, I don't know, 40 freaking pictures of movies on the wall. We have the decorations
The
don't even
film
stop
reel
in
tables.
the film reel tables. The decorations don't even stop in the bathroom. There's decorations in the bathroom, you know. And then over at the cafe in the ticket buying area, you have a bunch of characters from movies painted on the wall and stuff like that.
What do they call that? There's a name for like painted walls like that. Mural. The mural. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
That's what it is.
I like it. Yeah, it's awesome. And yeah, it's really an experience that you should have in person. I recommend you go to the theater. Only 2 other people were watching this movie. Maybe it's because it was a slow Monday afternoon, but it wouldn't be
It's
this
also-
empty on, like, I don't know, a more popular
This movie's been playing
theater.
here for a while now already, so they're
it's
starting to
been-
phase it out.
It's been playing.
Yeah, I guess
for
if it is a
while.
2023 movie and we're 22 days into the new year,
Well,
it
it's been
is
pl-
theater old.
Well, it's been playing for a while. Not to mention, it's a Monday night. Not to mention, like,
It's when it
this
does
is
as well.
this is a smaller theater. There's
Smaller
only
theater
3
and-
stages
But as she said, it's
or
the
4 stages.
slower time of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we mentioned last time, I'll mention it again. They don't have like digital signs for their movies.
Oh yeah, dude.
They have probably just like a big Tupperware bucks of
books.
Tupperware bucket of letters to put those on top of these theater.
Did we mention that in the
Doors?
follow-up episode? Where
Yeah, we did.
Where we got
Yeah, we
to
did.
where we got to see them changing it.
Oh.
Did we mention that? I don't remember.
We
what-
did
if
get to see them changing it. It's just like a step stool, person with a bucket. They changed it out for the new movie, and it's awesome.
It's cool.
See, I like
It's-
this better though than the digital.
See, this alone means that they put more thought and effort into it.
Well,
So,
I
like-
think it just looks better.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, just look at it.
Also, last thing I'll say about theater experience, not every theater has a freaking binder about what movies they are currently
think
showing
we showed that
or
off
will
in the
show
last
in the
time,
next,
too.
I don't know, however many months they plan ahead for these. But it's really neat. It's a good way to figure out what your next movie date's going to be about, and it's really cool. I really like it. With that said, let's finally start talking about the movie. Gentlemen, what did we like about this movie?
Everything. Literally
What,
everything.
what
Honestly.
specifically did you like about
so-
this movie?
I loved all of the subtle jokes
That's exactly what it was.
sprinkled
The
throughout
subtle
the
comedy.
entire.
Subtle comedy, and it was so art.
Like, one of my favorite jokes was
Artistic.
Artfully done. Artfully done.
one of my favorite jokes was the book panel. Picking-
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Oh, there's already been a spoiler alert. Don't worry.
Okay.
Picking their favorite book out of the books that they read and ranking them and everything for the award. And the 2 black authors are the 2 that don't want to nominate this book. The 3 white people are the one that want to nominate it. And they're like, yeah, black voices are being heard.
I don't know if you heard me. If you heard me go at that.
Oh, I heard you say that. I heard you go.
I was sitting there and I laughed and I was like, that's great. That's
There was
great.
This movie was also shot really nicely as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
What I like about this movie is how much. It's really weird. It's really weird because it's based on a black main character.
Yeah.
But I loved how much I could see myself in my own journey in this movie. Because he's a writer, I'm a writer. I care about things. He cares about things like his art at least. But yeah, he's really passionate, and he could be a hard ass, and you know, there's things that I'm a hard ass about, you know, and I don't know, just so much of me. I
Yeah,
saw
but the
in this
worst
main
thing that he
character.
was hard on was himself.
Yeah. Well, I think he was hardest on
Isaac's also very
white
hard on
people.
himself, but and white people.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he was pretty.
But it wasn't just white people.
It
okay?
wasn't white people
It
specifically.
was everyone buying into this narrative that they're all the same.
Yeah. It was super interesting because, like, it's almost like the main character is based on, like, you could almost say, like, I mean, I think he's not politically centered, but I think he's almost like a conservative black male, almost.
Yeah.
Like, Jordan, you did not see this, but something that I've been picking up a lot in movies is sometimes the message is in the first line of their movie, or one of the first lines in their movie, and it doesn't really come to fruition until, like, nearing the end. Because the opening, Jordan, you did not see it. The first scene.
You guys both talked good about the opening, like the very first scene.
It was a good
So
scene.
please explain it.
So
to
the
me.
very first scene, it
He's
starts in a
teach-
classroom.
Yeah, he's teaching a class.
And there's this girl with blue hair.
Green. It was green.
Turquoise. It was kind of like my mohawk.
Yeah.
With that said,
Ness.
she did not like how there was the N-word with a hard R on the board. And she was talking about how it's offending to her.
I have
and
actually
it
seen
bothers
that.
her.
Yeah.
And-
she said how she was offended by it, and he looked at her, and he was
said-
like, "If I can get over it, so can you."
Yes, but that's the exact line that I was talking about. He said, with all due respect, if I can get over it, so can you. It's really interesting because
This wasn't a black girl, was it?
no,
it was
See.
a white girl.
no.
with dyed hair.
It did showcase very heavily how, I don't know, black people's biggest apologists is white chicks.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit.
Well, it's more of like a lot of white people in general.
And they just blindly go into it. That's like the whole point of this movie, is that they blindly want to support black people. But
They don't understand. That
it reminds me of one of my favorite lines of the movie, but we'll get into that in the awards. But yeah, what I've noticed in movies is that he says the first line in the first scene, if I can get over it, you can. But when he's having that conversation in the third act with Sintara Golden, the other black author, and he's talking so passionately about how these white people who are running these big book publishing things are racist because they only want to push things of who they think black people act like, it obviously shows that he is indeed not over it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how in Guardians 3, the first thing, the very, very, very first thing that Rocket Raccoon says in the movie, he gets like 2 minutes of screen time before he even says anything in the movie. But the first thing he says is, I've told you 1,000,000 times, I'm not a damn raccoon. And then you don't see him validate that he is a raccoon until late in the third act.
I mean, he said that multiple times in the first movie and the second movie.
Yeah, that he's not a damn raccoon.
Yeah.
But I think for when James Gunn wanted to showcase the arc of Rocket being more of a lead character than Star-Lord this time, I think that's just pure perfection, pure genius, and that's what I want to try to do with some movies that I make in the future. But yeah, I think that was very awesome. Okay, what are some things that we didn't like about this movie?
I really don't have anything. It was really well made.
It's really hard to think of it.
Everything in this movie that I saw, everything I saw, is incredibly well thought out. Like, they thought things through. The best thing I can example that with is at some point the mother goes, I always knew, or I always knew you weren't queer, right?
Yeah, we're in a queer.
Yeah.
We're queer.
So, forgive us for how we're speaking. We're just quoting a movie. She is dancing with her son, who has recently come out as gay. She has like dementia or whatever it is, but it has gotten her into an old folks home, and so she's dancing with him, and she says, "I always knew you were not a queer," and then that upsets him. But why did we bring this up?
I don't know why Jordan brought it up.
Because that is a sensitive line. That is something that's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The fact that they put that in the movie, that means that they thought that through, and they knew what they were doing. So
Yeah.
that's not a bad thing. I don't mean to say that
Did
that's
you
a bad
feel
thing.
uncomfortable when she said it? Or?
I mean, yeah, you're supposed to.
Oh.
If you don't, I think that there's more of a problem there. It's supposed to make you feel, oh, this lady is
You
something.
You forget that lady was 70 years old.
True, and
Okay.
she was going through dementia and stuff.
She's going through
But again-
dementia. It's a completely generational gap there,
Yeah,
Jordan.
yeah, I know.
Because a lot
I'm
of
not saying it's not.
older people.
I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
Well, it's also a movie.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be uncomfortable from a movie.
You should be.
Why would I? Okay.
Well-
I have seen so many.
If a
horror
film
movies.
is good enough, it should move you in ways you are not familiar with.
Certainly, kind of like a musical artist. They only want to make things that bring out an emotional response. You know.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to state right now, I'm desensitized to most words because of where I've worked.
Hey, let's see what Hannah has to say. Hello. What?
Do you know how many racial slurs I've been called, Jordan?
Probably a lot.
A lot.
Just those people?
Yeah.
Mason's having another baby.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. They posted it to Facebook.
Posted it to Facebook.
Thanks for
Oh yeah,
announcing
special
it
announcement.
to.
Mason is having another child.
Yeah, Mason's having another baby.
I'll talk to you soon.
After
Love you,
this,
bye.
we're gonna get him a little snip.
Okay.
He might be.
So, when it comes to things that I did not like about this movie, guys, I am a huge advocate for trying to understand that there is like a high that you are under when you just come away from watching a movie in the theater. Because if it's good at all, you're going to think it's the greatest movie you've seen of all time because you're in that moment of thinking it's a really good movie. But you're since you're there, you think it's the best thing since sliced bread. I am a huge advocate of being aware of that and not ranking a movie too highly. I can't find a thing that I don't like about this movie. I always try to find things that I don't like about this movie. And I can't freaking find it. The only thing that I could say is that it gets not confusing, but I personally wouldn't do that with the ending.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
the ending.
With how they did it with the ending, yes, it was a very great job of progressing all the way to, oh, I'm going to make a film about this. But it's just, it's just,
well,
I like the stylistic of how cold it is when they introduce this cut, right? Where he's on stage and he like tells everything and all the truth, right? But like I almost wanted to see how that played out, you know, and not just jump to we're making a movie about it, you know.
He did say that he didn't actually say anything.
Yeah, I know, but like
not
I want to watch him not say anything.
But the thing about it is that the entire movie up until that point
Was perfect.
was, well, no. What I'm saying is that entire portion of movie, from the beginning of this movie to when it hits black and he's now standing there with the director, was the director reading the script.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, which is also another element of why I actually loved it so much.
Which is a good.
Because I'm like, oh my
I do
gosh, they
love
just
that in
pulled
the
this on
movie.
us,
Yeah,
you know?
that was good. You don't expect it, and boom.
But yeah, Jordan, something that you missed was I really, really love how they portrayed what he's writing. Because earlier, a part that you did not see was that he was in the writer's room writing this book that he thought was just a piece of crap. And all of a sudden, two black guys appear in his writing office.
Oh, yeah,
and they're
where he's
playing out what he's
envisioning his
writing.
own. Yep.
And the way
Really?
they did that was so strategically awesome.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, it was a great
It's
scene.
really awesome because personally as a writer, it's really cool to picture things that you write and for it to be just happening right in front of
And
him.
he was he was playing it right before his own
It is
eyes.
so awesome when people take something so abstract and perfectly execute it in a concrete way. It's awesome. I just can't shut up about any of this, but
Why do I feel that they're closed?
because it's 10 o'clock.
It's okay. We're
Mallory
slower.
hasn't told us to get the hell out, so we're good.
We're good for the moment. Yeah.
Okay, so awards. Best acting.
Oh God! Of course, the main actor.
Yeah, the lead.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a
Oh,
big
yeah.
fan of just giving it to the lead, but I
he
really loved
He
him.
killed it.
Like I loved him in The Batman.
He has this
His
way
voice is amazing.
of
by
he
the
has
way.
an amazing voice, and he has this way of portraying struggle, like portraying struggle in a relatable kind of way. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, so just to give him some honor, his name once again, the lead, Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey
Wright did amazing in this movie. And yeah. This movie is making me do a lot of things that I typically don't want to do, which is being capable of finding things that I don't like in a movie and also just giving the best actor accolade to the main actor.
Okay,
All right.
that's something I didn't know. He is the voice for the Watcher in the What If series.
He's got a great voice. He's got a great
That's right.
voice.
He was also in Asteroid City. He was the general. I remember that now.
Really?
I'm trying to think. I'm near certain I remember him.
I
My
love
first
him.
interaction with him was from Hunger Games. But, yep, okay. Mockingjay and Catching Fire. That's where we first saw
Really?
him.
Is this his first movie where he's the main character?
I don't know.
Or at least of what we've seen and what we know?
Looks like possibly.
Because this is long
He's got a
overdue.
lot of credits.
Yeah, this guy has
Like-
an amazing resume. He's been doing a lot of stuff, especially recently in the decade of the
His
20s.
earliest acting credits from 1990. But,
Yeah, you just look at that man, you'd be like, he's in the game for a long time.
yeah.
But yeah, credit to Jeffrey Wright for best acting easily in this movie. Not to say anybody else was bad at acting. It's gonna be. I don't know if it's even right to find someone who was worst acting. You know?
I think all the
I'd say the
actors in
worst-
this one did a beautiful job, but I think I'd have to give the worst to the actress that plays the sister. She's not in the movie very long.
I guess I never saw the sister then.
She's the wife from Blackish. You know her?
Oh. Yeah, I don't like her.
I think she did well. Actually,
she did well, but she didn't have a whole lot of
I
time
think
on
if I was going to
screen.
give anybody worst acting, and I think it's only going to be worst acting just because it was a small part, and just given probably the goal of the scene, the younger black man in his writing scene.
I was going to say the girlfriend.
Oh, I'm 100%
When-
saying the sister because, like, faking a heart attack, like,
I guess
acting
that's
out
hard
a
to
heart
do.
attack is hard to do, and like it just didn't seem natural. But like the only people that can really act out a heart attack well are people that have had a heart attack.
Probably. All right, best scene.
See, for me, it's this is also going to be my favorite line is I want to name it fuck. Because that is just
Yeah, that was the.
it's like
What's-
a
you know what's
huge
funny?
middle finger.
That's the scene he walked in on.
That's not the scene I walked
What
in on.
really? It was the
No,
meeting
it was
before that.
before
Yeah,
that.
it was like a Zoom meeting.
Okay.
It was all of them talking
Oh,
about books.
The judges.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
My favorite scene. That is such a hard one.
Oh, dude, I have the scene. I can share mine if you need to have some time.
I'd say yeah. You
Okay.
just go first.
So
Yeah, you doing it?
yeah, I think I've narrowed mine down. Mine is when they're he's spreading the ashes, and that asshole-ish neighbor walks by.
I've actually seen that scene as well on
and
the
freaking
internet.
riddles them on if they have a permit, and it's like, dude, just leave them alone.
That was great. That was
brother-
great.
the
I actually
brother-
did see that one.
The brother gets on his ass so perfectly. And that's another reason why I think the writing is a 10 out of 10. The way he tells him off is so perfect.
It was a good scene. And, you know, it hits home because it's like, dude, do you have nothing better to do than be a dick?
Yeah.
Like, they're obviously having a funeral procession. Like, just leave them alone.
Do you have a permit for that? Yeah. That was I've seen a few scenes from this movie just on the internet. So, like, okay, I guess.
It's good that you did that. Because you missed half the movie.
Yeah. Less than half.
I think more than half.
No, because
you-
of the
you missed
the fill in the blank scenes.
You missed a lot of movie, Jordan.
The runtime was 1 hour 57 minutes. You showed up after 8.
No, I didn't show up after 8.
Really?
Yeah, I was here before 8.
Congratulations. I don't know when you snuck in, so.
Okay.
Yeah, when did you sneak in without paying?
It was about. How'd you know I didn't pay? She
Oh,
told
come
me
on.
not to.
Come on. Mallory is so gracious.
Yeah,
They're
she was like, just go in.
Yeah, she's
Well,
like,
because you
oh, you're going to
missed
pay
most-
for half a movie? Yeah, I'm not going to charge you $4 for a ticket.
Yeah, she was like, do you want to just go in? I'm like, sure. Yeah, it was good. Anyways.
No way. Mallory's heart. Also, general manager of Fleur Cinema Cafe. Absolute sweetheart. Her heart is too warm to make Jordan pay for half a movie. Just letting you know.
It was, I think, 7:53.
Also, not too freaking far off from 8.
Yeah, but it was
So
still, I was still
exactly
before eight.
half a movie, probably.
You did miss quite a bit of movie.
That's what I'm
Jordan.
saying. First hour.
Yeah.
Like, you missed out on them telling him to
That's
F
almost
off
actually-
for a little bit. They
That's
told
almost
him to...
that's almost like perfectly in half, actually.
Yeah.
With that
I'm
said,
not joking. Like I'm saying, half the movie.
best scene for me. Best scene for me is when he has his manager perfectly make an example or a metaphor or an analogy per se
Oh, with the
with
bottles.
the alcohol bottles.
Okay.
I forgot what brand it was.
It was Johnny Walker, and it was
Okay.
red,
Johnny Walker.
black, and blue label.
So he was trying to talk to him.
We're talking whiskey and Johnny Walker
Yeah.
whiskey at that too.
So, to make it quick, our main character writes a book that is full of black ebonics language that he thinks is absolutely redundant and absolute trash. Well, apparently, because white people have this depiction of black people acting stupid like that, it of course goes really well with publicists, and they accept the book and make an offer. And so his manager, in order to convince him that he should do this book, he compares it to Johnny Walker alcohol. He's like, Johnny Walker has 3 whiskeys. You got the
Well,
red label,
technically.
you got the black label, and then you have the blue label. He's like, Monk, the blue label is for people with the money and who appreciate the whiskey, okay? Red label is shitty whiskey. Black label is less shitty whiskey. Blue is the good stuff. The red label is for anybody who just wants to get drunk and not really think about it. Monk, you're writing. All your books are blue, but they're not for everybody. Make a red book, because making a red book, that doesn't mean that you can't make a blue one. Just make a red book, make a lot of money. And that was my favorite. That was my favorite scene, just because
That's a
he made
damn
it.
good analogy.
He made it so simple.
That's a damn good analogy.
Another reason why the writing in this movie
Holy
is
cow.
perfect,
That is a scene I did not see on the internet.
dude.
It's
That
a good
It
scene.
is a great scene.
See what I mean by thought out? This movie is thought out.
Oh, I love this movie very much, and I'm going to buy it so that Miranda can also watch it at home.
Absolutely.
I recommend
This
you.
is- this is
We're
a
gonna
good
watch it on
movie.
the illegal website one day. The first time.
I
We're-
think
we're
this
gonna
movie
pirate
deserves
it.
our money, but all right.
No. No.
Sure.
We're gonna pirate the shit out of it.
No.
It's fun.
all the pirating.
No.
With that said, yeah, that one gets my best scene. Real quick, Simon, what was your favorite scene again?
Thank you for adding that very, very late to my channel.
I pushed it a bunch of times, but it didn't.
What was your favorite scene again, Sam?
The spreading of the ashes and the
That's
nosy
right. That's
neighbor.
right. I loved that one too.
Because I loved the whole funeral scene is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Because
There's a little bit of everything in that one.
There was a letter from the sister, in case of her death. You at the end of it, he's spreading the ash, and that one asshole neighbor walks by and is like, "You got a permit for that?" And then the family deals with him. So it was a good scene.
Punch him in the mouth.
It was heartfelt that went into funny, but it was relatable funny. There's always an asshole out there to ruin a good moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so best
Jordan.
line in the
I want to
movie.
call it fuck.
Simon, you were pretty deep on what your favorite line was.
Oh yeah, my favorite line from this movie is, "Well, respectfully, if I can get over it, you can get over it too."
Oh, okay. How about you?
I want to call it fuck.
That's your favorite line?
My favorite
Yeah,
line.
because so I
From
think
the whole movie?
I think it's deep. Actually, it's a big middle finger.
It
and
does.
he wanted it to be a sign that he was done with this. He did not want to go through with it anymore, and yet they still were like, okay, let's do it.
It
And
proved
it's
his
just
point even further.
It proved his point even further.
Going back on Jordan's analysis that everything was thought out.
Yes.
My favorite part from that scene that you love so much was the reaction after they're like,
What?
"Yeah, we'll do it." What?
That was great.
Just
That
the
was good.
shock
That was
that
good. That was
come
good.
both-
That was good.
My
Both of
favorite
their
line,
faces.
I have two favorite lines. One comes from Caroline, and one comes from his manager. His manager says, white people don't want to hear the truth. They just want to hear something that they think absolves them,"
Yeah.
which I think is super, super good. Another one is he's getting to know his girlfriend, and she talks about how she's a lawyer, and she loves defending people when she knows they're guilty, because she says people are more than their worst deeds. And I like
That's
that too.
absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed that entire scene.
Okay, best, since we appreciate cinematics, because you have a podcast host that loves making movies, best shot in the movie.
I have an answer for this too, actually.
Yeah.
The scene in that conference room where they were at the very end of that scene where they're sitting there at the table, and they're like, "Yeah, finally, black voices are getting heard," or whatever. White people were all on the left, black people were all on the right, and both of them were just looking. They looked distraught, and distressed, and the white people were like happy-go-lucky. They looked great.
That is a great one.
It was centered perfectly, framed perfectly. It was fantastic. That was a good shot.
I'm going to agree with Jordan. It's also the best shot.
My favorite shot comes from when the mom runs out of the house and they're looking for her.
Okay.
They live by a beach.
Yeah.
And
Was this before Jordan got there?
Yeah.
yeah, this shot reminds me of the ending of the movie The Fabelmans, where a little Steven Spielberg was in an office in the Hollywood studios talking to some really important director. And he was teaching him one thing about shots. He's like, "Look at that painting. Where's the horizon?" "It's right there, sir." "Where the fuck's the horizon?" It's up top." "Right. Look at this painting. Where's the horizon?" He's like, it's low." "Good. Your shots should have high or low horizons. If you have a shot where your horizon's in the middle, it's boring as shit. Now get out of my office." This shot has a high and low horizon because it blocks the sand from reaching their lawn, but it also has stair steps. The shot of him has stair steps, but it also has stair steps. The shot of him has stair steps. He's going down stair steps. The fencing is the low horizon, but in the background is the house that covers a lot of the screen, and that causes a high horizon. And it was just a great example of depth, and I really liked it.
Nice.
All right, gentlemen, what are we scoring this out of 100?
Again, for me, it'll be 50.
I'll go first, 99. And
I'll go second.
I'm not even like trying to glaze this movie. Okay, y'all have heard me review movies plenty. Okay? This is a 99.
48.
I'm also going to have to give this a 99.
Wow. That's crazy.
Because, like, if you divide it by 10, that's a 9.9. That's what I'm willing to give it. I do think that, you know, certain things could have been acted a little better.
Yeah.
Like the heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
Heart attack could have been a little bit.
There's only one thing
But-
that I don't
but-
like
but-
about it, and that's why it gets a 99.
But it's hard to act certain things out. Like dementia's hard. Or she did a good job. Even harder.
sure, because it requires
act
more.
more.
I feel like that a heart attack requires a lot of commitment.
Well, not to mention like
I feel like that a heart attack requires a lot of commitment.
well, not to mention like the best actors that like do heart attack scenes are the ones that have actually had a heart attack.
And so, guys,
Okay, Mr. Repeat.
now it's time for
I
Fancers.
did say, like I said,
So it has been so long since we've done a Fancers that our last week's question for Fancers this week was, what are your New Year's resolutions?
No, we answered that one. We did that one.
no, we
Did we?
didn't.
I'm almost certain we did.
Or
No, we
was it
didn't.
your favorite movie from 2023?
No, favorite movie for 2023 was like 3 weeks or
Did you ask it on Skullstone like we were supposed to?
No, Too Many Words podcast.
Oh, to me, we're supposed. Okay, that's what I meant to say. Yep.
Yeah.
Did we already read these? Tell me.
I can't see.
Yeah.
Really?
Under the coming months, getting the surgery done.
Well, shoot. I guess I forgot to ask a question from
Hey,
last time.
we read this on episode 74.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's just heartbreaking. Sorry, guys.
Man, that sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's just heartbreaking. Sorry, guys.
Man, that sucks.
You know, when we have backlog episodes, it kind of just mixes it all up in general. You know, whether or not it's actually making sense or anything like that, it kind of just messes it up. But with that said, this week's question, I think it should be, what is your go-to local movie theater? What do you think, Jordan?
Well, I think for me,
what is your go-to
as
movie
someone
theater?
who is no longer wanting to see movies on the regular, just because like I don't, I'm just tired of it, I guess, and that's a big part of it. But Fleur Cinema is going to be a big one for me because this place is amazing, and they only show movies that are going to be good.
Okay, so like this
It's
is like
Marvel
one that
movie,
will
probably.
go. Okay, I think I'm gonna make my go-to theater the Palms. I'm not afraid. I think I'm gonna make my go-to theater the Palms. I'm not afraid to say that since they're both under Friedley Theaters.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Palms is great. Palms still has the
Palms.
greatest cheeseburger I have ever had in my life.
$20 cheeseburger, but yeah,
It was worth every penny. Oh my god.
yeah. Simon, you got a go-to theater? Is it Cinemark in Jordan Creek?
No, my go-to theater is also the Palms Theater.
The Palms is awesome. So
Because that's what.
Your belly was showing. I care about you.
That's because
Yeah, that's
my
the
shirt
question of
is
the
all
episode.
sorts of pushed all around.
Yeah, it's happening to me too.
And that's fine. I don't care. Look at my gut.
all right, we
It will not exist.
We got a minute. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe to the podcast on YouTube under Scaldstone. Please like and subscribe to the podcast on YouTube under Scaldstone Productions. Or if you want to listen to us on just listening platforms, you can find us on Spotify or Apple or Google Podcasts under, of course, Too Many Words. Also, I also have a side podcast that I call a personal solo campaign of mine called the Unfadeable Podcast. Not fade, like you're catching a fade, you know what I'm saying? Where I interview people. It's an interview series. It just became a series because I just recently added the second episode. But yeah, you can catch my interview with Kyle Peterson there. Other than that, in the midst of it all, we forgot to
Say,
shout out
I do
the
still
Instagram
plan on
followers.
record.
In the midst of it all, we forgot to
Say,
shout out
I do
the
still
Instagram
plan on
followers.
recording the first episode of What's New Wednesday this month in January.
So, we've been getting quite a few followers as of recent.
Are you ready?
Ready?
Yeah, are you ready?
Ready for what?
To shout out where we can find you on.
I guess we haven't done that in a minute, honestly.
And I even created a Twitter account for this very reason.
Yes, you did.
Dang, it's been so long since we last recorded. I can't find people who have recently followed the podcast. I'll make sure to make up for it in the Too Many Words podcast. On
Where can we
Instagram
find you, though?
Under Too Many Words podcast. If you want to catch up with me on
Find
Instagram,
you, though.
under Too Many Words podcast. If you want to catch up with me on my Unfadable series, or just being a small time writer and just whatever, anything that I'm doing, you can find me under any variation of Isaac William Joseph. That's what you'll find when you type in Isaac William Joseph on Instagram or Facebook. Don't really bother to find me anywhere else. I'm not really active anywhere else, but that's where I be. So JOESPH. Thank you.
You can find me on TikTok. It's not just Jordan.
Oh yeah, you can find me on TikTok. It's not just Isaac.
Find McDouble. You can find McDouble.
Yeah, speaking of TikTok, I didn't even think about that. The podcast also has a TikTok. Yeah, speaking of TikTok, I didn't even think about that. The podcast also has a TikTok. It's fairly new. We have like 45 subscribers or followers on there right now. Yeah, it's just Too Many Words Pod. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Who or what do we dedicate this podcast episode out to? I'll go first. My cat is not in great condition. I don't know how long he's got, but we're going to figure out how much money it's going to take to treat him, save up that money to treat him, and take care of things. Hopefully, yeah, this goes out to Liam. He's been on this podcast quite a few times because he's been on this podcast quite a few times because he's a loving boy who loves his owner. And yeah, Liam is a good boy. This episode goes out to you, buddy. What?
Say the thing.
What? What did you guys dedicate this podcast episode out to?
You're supposed to say, Jordan, who or what do you make this podcast?
Oh.
You do this
Oh, sure,
every
yeah.
time.
Oh,
we do
yeah.
this every time, man. Come
Sorry,
on.
I was on a streak of like 8. I guess,
Make the
but
podcast episode out to Jake.
thanks, Jake. Simon?
I'm going to dedicate this podcast episode out to James Ward.
Okay.
Can I fucking
You had
help
like a
you?
beard hair in the microphone.
This episode also goes out to Mallory for being so gracious and letting us record here again. It's awesome to have a connection like this to record here.
And if
so,
you're in the Des Moines area and want to visit a really cool movie theater that you
So-
if you're in the Des Moines area and want to visit a really cool movie theater that you will enjoy, come to the Fleur Cinema.
Please
cafe.
check out the Fleur Cinema.
all right.
What little pull we have right now, please come here at least once, just to give them the time of day. Even like this place is actually amazing.
Yeah. It's for the arts, people.
This is supposed to be their slow season. Make it not their slow season anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm having fun with her.
That was good.
Right error. Uh-oh.
Rate your